So, how do you make anyone like you? Proven? Yes, proven, because we're using real content that taps into mental triggers, those automatic behaviors that your brain activates when it encounters certain actions. We're going to use these actions to make people like you. Have you ever wondered why sometimes you meet someone and out of nowhere you just really like that person? You don't even know their name properly, but you feel like you've known them forever. It's like instant chemistry. And the opposite happens too. You meet someone, talk a little, and you're already thinking, something's off with this person, even if they haven't done anything wrong. Some people say it's about energy, that the person has bad vibes. Believe what you want, but there are scientific explanations for why this happens, just like there are for the so-called positive energy people claim to feel. It all comes down to psychological patterns. There are 4 powerful points I'll share that can make anyone like you. But before I explain them, I need to break down how attraction between 2 people usually works. Sure, it varies from person to person. We're complex humans, not robots, but there is a basic framework that often applies. Watch until the end to truly understand how to make people like you without being needy, pushy, or awkward, because that's often what happens when people try too hard. I'm Rodrigo Fortes, and you're watching Academia. Subscribe to the channel right now, don't waste time. This content is here to help you improve your connections. Also, follow me on Instagram. I'll leave it here below. Let's get started. First, to really connect with someone and make them like you need to understand the difference between someone finding you nice or friendly and someone actually connecting with you on a deeper level. These are 2 completely different things. For example, imagine you go to a fancy restaurant. The waiter is super polite, very friendly, speaks well. You like him. You think, wow, what a nice guy. But that's all. You liked him because he showed friendliness, not because you connected with him. You didn't leave there wanting to become his friend, he just made you feel comfortable. That's what it means to be nice or friendly. But what we really want is to make people connect with you, to feel curious about you, to like you deeply, to want to be your friend. That's where the second layer comes in, connection. And for this, we're going to use a very powerful mental trigger, one that's widely known among salespeople. But don't worry, we're not tricking anyone nor selling anything. We're just using a method that works across all areas of life, the liking trigger or affection trigger. This trigger comes from Robert Cialdini's book, Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion. Cialdini is an American psychologist who spent his career studying all the mental triggers humans respond to. If you don't know, a mental trigger is basically an automatic reaction. Your brain doesn't think, it just acts. So when a mental trigger is activated, your brain is wired to respond in a specific way. And that's why the liking trigger is so powerful. So, let me explain how it works. Getting someone to like you or connect with you comes down to similarity. The brain is wired to be attracted to what feels familiar. Anything that generates a sense of belonging or similarity is deeply magnetic. For example, imagine you're Brazilian, like me, and you're in Japan. You don't know anyone, everything is strange, and suddenly you meet someone from your hometown. You've never met this person, they're a complete stranger, but because they're from your region, you immediately feel inclined to like them. You share the same language, the same culture, in a completely foreign place. Logically, they're still a stranger, but emotionally, you're drawn to them. This is the power of similarity. The more similarities you show someone, or even just show that you understand them, the more they'll like you. So the first step is to demonstrate understanding. When someone speaks, don't just react with your opinion. Try to understand them. If someone says something, respond to that specific thing, showing you understood their perspective. That alone makes people like you more because they feel heard. Let me give you a personal example. I was at a friend's house, an old friend, very different from me, and I started talking with his dad. He asked about studies and work. I told him I didn't go to college, that I'm a self-employed entrepreneur. As soon as I said that, he didn't ask a single question. He just blurted out his own opinion. You should take a public exam. That business stuff is too unstable. You need a secure career. A college degree is more valuable than gold these days. I wasn't asking for advice. I wasn't even trying to debate, but he just started dumping his worldview on me. And that kills attraction. So when you meet someone, at least try to understand their side. That's crucial for the liking trigger to work. Now, the second point is one of the strongest, and few people actually do it. It's asking for someone's opinion. Most people don't really listen. When someone's talking, they're just waiting for their turn to talk. For example, someone says, "Hey, I watched the new Batman movie and I thought it was awesome." Instead of saying, "Cool, I watched another one, it's great too." Why not continue the topic they brought up? Ask, "What was your favorite scene? What didn't you like? Do you think it's the best DC movie?" You're letting them express themselves. People love to share their thoughts, but they rarely get the chance. So if you're the one who gives them that space, they'll value you more. Even small things like, "Hey, what do you think about this shirt?" Or, "What's your favorite restaurant in town?" Or, "I'm looking for a new show to binge. What do you recommend?" These simple questions make people feel seen and important. It's not about being the most talkative person in the group. It's about being the one who gives others the opportunity to speak. The third point is again rooted in similarity, and it takes more effort. It's about finding common ground. Music, sports, movies, foods, places you've been. If you can spot even one shared interest, that can spark connection. For example, once in college, I saw a guy wearing a t-shirt from a Swedish metal band I liked. I went up to him and said, "Hey, nice shirt." And he replied, "You like them too?" Just like that, two strangers started talking. That one similarity kicked off the whole interaction. So pay attention. Ask people, "What do you listen to? What's your favorite genre? Got any movie recs?" Once you find something in common, highlight it. Say, "Oh wow, I like that too." It builds an instant bridge. The liking trigger thrives on similarity, even small ones. And the fourth point might seem trivial, but it's not. Smile. A smile is a universal signal of friendliness. Try smiling at someone randomly on the street. They'll smile back. That's the law of reciprocity in action. When you give something good, you get something good. If you greet someone with a genuine smile, they feel welcomed and safe. Now, I'm not saying you should walk around grinning like a maniac. Just a small, natural smile when you meet someone already breaks a huge social barrier. Body language accounts for 93% of human communication, so smiling is a nonverbal cue that screams, "I'm friendly, I'm open to connection." And when people feel that, they let their guard down. Use these 4 strategies wisely, and I promise your chances of making people like you will increase dramatically. Of course, do all of this with common sense. Don't overdo it and don't fake it. But if you follow these steps naturally, they work. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below with your thoughts or suggestions for the next topic. See you in the next one.